Now to our To America series, giving you a closer look at the America you know and the America you may not know, all the while profiling some solutions.
Now, we know COVID has been cruel in so many ways this past year and a half. And on RTA, in terms of ridership, it was already down every year before COVID cut it in half. But for the people who use it, it's more than just a ride. It's a lifeline.
News 5's Kevin Beery explains why the people who still ride public transit are sticking with it.
Each day, a trip clear across town for Gail Cox.
Then I catch the rapid from Public Square.
Starts with a walk to the bus stop around the corner in Clark Fulton.
I'll probably leave after 7.
Her job in Shaker Square is just 7 miles away, taking 15 to 20 minutes if she were to go in a car. But her journey takes her on a bus downtown, where she normally transfers to the Rapid at Tower City and plans to show up about 45 minutes after she leaves home. That's assuming everything runs on time.
Thank you. You too.
RTA's falling ridership, especially during the pandemic, shows most people aren't taking trips like Gail's or Tyrone Mathis's.
I like the route to Rapid a lot. Yeah, back and forth.
Neither has much of a choice.
I don't got no car yet.
That was the only way to get to work. I didn't have a car. I don't have a license.
It wasn't always this way for Gail. A few years ago, she did drive. She and her mom shared a car until it started having trouble and Gail's mom got sick.
We had to get rid of the car in order to pay rent, medical expenses, and everything.
Driving became a luxury she couldn't afford anymore.
You either live in a car or you sell the car.
Gail is hardly alone. Across the United States, census data shows only a little more than 8% of households are like Gail's without access to any vehicles. In Ohio, it's slightly lower, but in Cleveland, Gail is part of the 23% of homes with no vehicle at all.
I used the train to go to and from the airport.
Claire Nort got through college in Cleveland taking RTA to get around the city and pick up some food.
I mean, I didn't have a car, so I didn't have any grocery stores nearby, so I had to.
We found her and her dad on their way to the airport, bags in hand, after a quick trip where RTA helped them avoid cars and their costs.
Just think about whether you taxied or Ubered in from the airport, parking, renting a car.
It highlights the difference between using public transit when and because it can be convenient and relying on it because there are no other options for people like Tyrone, whose mom does have a car, but often needs it.
If my mom not around, I just get on the Rapid.
Gail says people who never ride public transit don't know about its challenges.
They don't understand when the weather gets bad, there's snow on the ground, we have to toughen it up. Spend more money on boots every year than I do anything else.
And the limited control over when you get where you're going.
Whether the Rapid gonna get you there with 15 minutes to spare, or you have to be late. Sometimes I figure it's a waste of time. Hold on, this is the bus.
RTA's next-gen redesign took effect this summer and tried to streamline service, better connecting different communities and running some routes more often.
Now this bus, at this time of day, runs every 15 minutes.
Still, Gail says some co-workers left her job because the commute was too complicated. The fact is, Gail doesn't think it's all bad, and her encyclopedic knowledge of bus routes and their connections gets her where she wants to go.
I was at one point catching the 11 bus because I wanted to see where it goes. I don't get out much. So.
But public transit advocates in Ohio have been calling for more state funding for years now. RTA points out that Ohio has lagged behind what other states are spending on it. It leads to tough choices that trickle down to riders like Gail, who are just waiting for the next bus.
I could be home eating or cooking or something interesting.
In Cleveland, I'm Kevin Barry, News 5.